Happy hump day. We got a short week. Are we doing a Friday pod?
Yeah, I think we should do something for Friday.
Nobody's doing anything anyway.
Yeah, I mean, everything's shut down.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, what are you going to go do?
Can't go to the beach.
Gonna go to the beach?
You can't go to the beach. LA beaches are closed officially.
I'll tell you what, everyone's going in LA. Palm Springs.
Really?
Yeah.
Because 126 degrees is great for corona.
I just think that's like the new like Cabo.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's the new like easy.
Well, we're not allowed to leave the country.
Yeah.
Ironically, on Independence Day, Americans have no independence. They have no freedom.
We're locked down. Can't even go to Europe.
You know what?
What is there even to celebrate at this point?
I think we revolt. Sounds to me like a little bit of a my body, my choice issue.
Yes. I've been seeing a lot of interesting security camera videos on like Karen pages.
Yep.
I saw one on Keeping with Karens coughing on a bartender. Did you guys see that one?
Yeah, she's like spit at him.
I did see that. I couldn't tell if that was a cough or a spit. Yeah,
I think it was a cough.
Oh, okay.
That's like the worst thing you can do now. Worse than a spit probably is just a cough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Spit is like spit.
Everything's
in there. If it's a direct hit,
you gotta hit the target. Coughing in the general direction is like, ooh, I'm unclear. CDC said 6 feet. Fauci said 8. I'm not sure.
Fauci says 8 now?
No, I made that up.
There was a friend.
Jesus Christ!
There was a friend of mine that got into a fight with another friend of mine in junior high. The junior high I went to, a lot of fighting. It was a very fighting middle school.
Little UFC.
It was literally was. Because it was like these nerdy magnet kids and like local, not so friendly kids.
Yep.
And I remember this day, he was a big kid in junior high, my friend, and he just spit at this kid's face so hard, like that made the kid cry. Because it was just like the biggest. Yeah. No, they were about to fight.
He was just embarrassed.
And he just like spit on him so hard. And I was like, that's a great tactic.
Good strategy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so embarrassing.
Okay.
He might be able to just
spit
mind
at him
game.
so hard that it just like.
It was just
crumbled his spirit.
It just berates you so far that you have to just walk away in tears.
I felt really bad. Like, no, you should have just punched him in the face.
It's a good strategy. Like if you know you're probably about to get your ass kicked, you might as well try it.
Yeah.
Last ditch effort.
Yeah, the kid was ready to fight, but then when he spit on him, it just threw him off.
Wow, you still got into that comedy.
Yeah. Gosh, good strategy. You want to know what else isn't on our list, but just really quickly, did you guys see that in the cancel storm, Jamil Hill is trying to get canceled?
She's trying to get canceled.
Well,
trying to cancel.
They're trying to cancel her.
well, over what? I saw it was trending.
She said like, blah, 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 because of my display pic, they call me Manny the Tranny, like 8 years ago.
Yeah. Well,
this cancel stuff.
Here's the problem is Jamil Hill went after Portnoy and Barstool Crew the other day because Portnoy's clips from when he was referring to Colin Kaepernick were out of pocket. Then there's another clip with him saying the N-word. And so...
What did he say? Did he say ER?
He has said literally everything in the book.
Yeah, I know. You know,
and it's all on record.
Yeah, there's like...
And they have yet to get canceled.
Well, no,
and they never will.
Here's the thing. One is he admits to doing everything. That's the difference. He comes out and said it. I watched his apology video.
Yeah, he did that well.
He did it well. He admitted to it and said, he goes, but the thing about him that was so clever, which is why I think he's totally fine, is he's like, you have to take it in context and times have changed. Whether you agree with what he said or not is irrelevant. There are so many people who are talking and acting like that at that time frame, and he's like, I was just like everybody else, so fuck you.
Yeah.
So you weren't canceling everyone else, you're canceling me, and I've been and his point of reference is, we at the end of the day are a comedy site. We're here to entertain people. If you take it out of, he's like, imagine going to a comedy show and then walking out the door and saying, oh my God, Chris Rock just said that. Mm-hmm. That's not what happens at a comedy show. And I think they've gotten so big that people forget that they are at the end of the day just, it's their shtick. It's their act. And that's who they are.
Yeah, and 100% agree regarding comedy because we've all been to comedy clubs. The stuff that goes on there is very unsavory.
Especially the lock your phones up one.
And they say some racy stuff, and we always say comedy should be protected. And the real misstep, but Twitter and woke culture, you can't, two people you can't cancel. Portnoy, Joe Rogan.
No, I don't think
They
so.
have a direct relationship with their fans.
Yep.
They do not rely on CNN. They do not rely on ESPN.
Yep.
They do not rely on Fox. They do not
And-
rely on any corporation that can fire them.
No, and no, the bigger thing is they don't rely on traditional advertisers either.
Yep.
So that's a big thing. They're not, if Coca-Cola doesn't advertise on Barstool, guess what? The 400 gaming sites will happily keep writing with CBD.
Nooner probably does another billion.
Yeah, marijuana. Who cares? They have the endless supply of advertisers who don't care what they say or do. And like you said, like one of the things I've realized about people like Barstool and Joe Rogan is every time you attack them, they get stronger. All you did was now a Barstool fan is I'm Portnoy, ride or die.
Yeah.
And you know what? He could say whatever the fuck he wants.
And I'd imagine the same thing with Rogan fans over the last couple of weeks where people were trying to cancel him. Guess what? I looked at the podcast rankings. He had 3 of the top 8.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
what the problem is then you have like,
With guests I even heard of. Like, obviously knew who Jon Stewart is, but like there were 2 other guests that were in the top 8. Never even heard of these people.
Yeah.
I mean,
you gotta
his-
be careful. You gotta pick your battles.
and I think like even like Jamil Hill went after them, like that. I don't know if that helps her career or not because she's making I think it might help her career. That's why she's doing it because she gets more attention,
Sure.
which to her website, her blog, her thing. But like
Credibility.
strategically, like, you know, people get so mad at Barstool and Joe Rogan, but that's not their core listener. There's no core Barstool listeners saying, yeah, you know, I'm really upset about what you said 16 years ago.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
No.
So why keep going on? People who built, and the thing about it is, the reference I put on Twitter was Barstool and Joe Rogan are great at what they do. When you are great at what you do, you get a pass. I don't want to start listing every athlete that we've given a pass to as long as they win.
Yeah.
That's how our society works. You come back and you drop the album of the year, you get a pass. You come back and drop the movie of the year, you get a pass.
Yeah.
They're great. You don't have to agree that they're great, but there are people who think they are great and have people who are Barstool or Joe Rogan fan spend more time on Barstool Sports and Joe Rogan than you spend on everything you do in your life.
Yeah.
More than Netflix, more than TV, more than sports, more than gambling, more than Pete does jerking off. That's how much time.
Well, let's not
Why
be-
did you have to just sneak that
let's not be
last one in
crazy.
there?
Let's
So those are unbreakable bonds between consumers and the creators.
Right.
I don't understand why anyone. It's like I remember when Rob got into a like a TV beef with what was that guy?
Tosh.0?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember you were saying, he was like, you know, it's like you never want to get into a beef with a comic because they're just so good at like they're suicide bombers at the end of the day. They
Yes. They'll say anything.
They'll say anything.
Yeah.
And I remember like that's what I feel like with the Barstool at Joe Rogan. Don't go to battle with these people.
No.
No. Plus, with the comedian thing, it's literally like if you're some up and coming like club rapper dissing Eminem.
Yeah.
Like you just don't diss people who were raised on this battle
Yeah.
sort of structure.
Yes.
But I agree. And the other big thing is that we're not talking about is they have such a like authentic relationship with their fans.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is say, yeah, we said some crazy shit. You know how it goes. We have the best intentions. Fuck you. And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, fuck you.
Because guess
I
what?
love
The
Dave.
fans were listening for that crazy shit.
Yes.
100%.
Not
And
only
they've
that-
all said it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they're like, well, who hasn't said the N-word, you know, a handful of times? Come on. I mean,
Yeah, and there's no excuse for it, but like, you can't beat them.
No.
Like especially Barstool, they're so good at what they do, and I don't even consume their content, but everything they fucking do from an outsider's perspective
Yeah.
is incredible.
What I think too is another big thing is like what their audience has been around since the beginning, or at some point is gone. In 17 years, you're gonna tell me you're gonna like not be friends with somebody after 17 years because they do one thing wrong.
Yeah.
And it's just like over and over again, they have built this cult following that's been there way too long that they're just not gonna go away.
yeah.
But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. It's
okay.
Twitter obviously doesn't represent what's actually the sentiment of the country.
Yeah.
But somehow they do claim victims. Like people do get fired. People do get canceled because of this in my opinion, a minority opinion, meaning I don't think the majority of people care if Dave Portnoy's mouthing off.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we'll look back at it as really stupid. I think we'll look back at it as that we allowed, like, I think the Kevin Hart thing is a really good example because, like, you allowed a very, very vocal minority, by far a minority, to make, like, a big organization change their mind. And once you do that, now you say, you encourage it so much because now it's just like, I'm curious where the line blends between what we would call hating and canceling. Like, at what point are you canceling because you honestly think it's, like, for the better of the world, and you're canceling because you just hate someone's success?
Yeah.
Because it seems like anytime someone gets, like, a big promotion or a big something happens, all of a sudden the cancelers come out.
The dirt comes out.
Yeah, like, where were you when this person, why didn't you do this
when they were just
a nobody?
Yeah.
You're back when this happened.
Yeah.
And I just think that, like, it's becoming a part of, like, social media behavior that I think will ultimately become a joke and kind of already has. But I do think, as sad as it is, all of this Black Lives Matter stuff has, like, reinvigorated cancel culture, which has nothing to do with that.
No.
Every day, if you look at trending on Twitter, they're trying to cancel someone.
Yeah. Someone party is over. Something is over.
Yeah,
Like, in the
stupid
last
party.
like couple weeks, the people that I've seen: Joe Rogan, Dave Portnoy, Bill Simmons, Jimmy Kimmel,
Jamil Hill. Cardi B got canceled again.
Yeah.
But nobody cared.
Those guys are all going to be fine. Sorry.
Chris D'Elia, Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
That's in the last week.
Those are the biggest stars.
And everyone's going business as usual. It's like not one person. Anyway, I just thought it was worth talking about.
Yeah.
The other thing worth talking about is I really feel like we nailed not to pat ourselves on the back, but also to do that. I think we nailed the TikTok conversation.
Yeah.
Right afterwards, it got banned in India.
Thank you to my people.
Yeah, really leading the charge.
Yeah.
You know, your people are really top CEO positions, leading the charge against, dangerous social media platforms. Should be proud.
I Indians, I would never have thought the fight against China would be led by India. I thought for sure America would have some balls here, and it sounds like And the Indian Prime Minister Modi is a very nationalistic, prideful person. And so he banned 59 Chinese apps, a lot of which are gaming. Like, Indians are just gaming their dicks off over there. And to ban TikTok is no joke. And, I shared a slide on my Instagram of how many downloads they got in 2019. 468 million downloads from India.
I've seen some hot Indian TikToks. There's some good. I have a couple saved. I'll show you. They have their own style. Were you the one instead of dancing like Renegade? It's like Bollywood music.
Were you the one that found that? I remember. Were you the one that said something about finding the Indian side of TikTok?
I found it from like a meme page. But they have their own world.
But think about this. So this is directly a result of the conflict that's going on the Himalayan border that India and China have been facing over the last few months. People have died on both sides.
Yeah.
And where do you go? You ban TikTok.
Because they know that's what hurts them.
As silly as that is, that's true.
That matters.
And that's what we were talking about, is like, that's where the war is.
Yes. Yeah. Find TikTokers on both sides.
But here we are fucking worried about trade bullshit.
Yeah. They don't realize not only, here's like, TikTok has so much cultural influence, and the data that they're collecting, it's so dangerous that this combination, the fact that like, I guess, maybe there's not like a industry born out of TikTok in India yet, so people don't care. I mean, if you banned it here, if let's say Donald Trump banned it here, he would probably get thrown out of office because of that. That would probably motivate young people to vote. Imagine tomorrow you wake up, your TikTok is deleted, gone. Yep. You can never go on it.
You want those young voters.
I mean, aren't Republicans,
people up.
Aren't Republicans supposed to be tough on trade? So Facebook's not allowed in China.
Yeah.
Twitter's not allowed in China.
Google had to change.
We just allow everything here and give them all our information.
Yeah.
Because we're a bunch of greedy pigs that just want the fun.
Yeah.
Like, you just want the, like, we want our TikTok and our cook.
But it's interesting because, like, what Anand's saying is right. Like, there's like so many instances in manufacturing and industries where China does not play fair with the U.S. at all.
China neutered the NBA.
Yes.
I mean, they literally.
NBA loves the TikTok.
Personally.
NBA had TikTok stars at All-Star Weekend.
Yeah. They personally neutered LeBron James in front of the world.
Yeah.
It's crazy how quickly we bend.
Yeah.
And this is soft power. This is what we talked about last time.
Yeah, and this is why, like, as crazy as it sounds, America needs to ban TikTok. They have to.
But this is why, like, maybe this historically isn't true. Like, maybe this is just one of those things that, like, was even more crazy 50 years ago. But, like, we seem like we're in a really tough spot where you have, like, all this Russia Taliban stuff, but the president's friends with them, whatever. And, like, we fundamentally don't understand tech.
Yeah.
Like, as the leadership in this country and the separation from tech is so massive. And I think that's why that Zuckerberg Congress thing was such a big moment, because it really exposed how bad it is. Yeah. But you don't understand the entire landscape where all of these battles are fought.
It's almost as if you get elected to national office, you have to go to Lambda school, 12-week course, learn how technology works, data works, software works, and these are the holes that we have.
Your main focus is trade policy and factory jobs. Like, you're just playing the wrong game.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, these guys have all of our data and you don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
All these congressmen's like grandchildren are fucking dancing to Charlie D'Amelio and they're like, no, let's go worry about trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I know soybeans matter, but TikTok matters more.
Way more.
I would love, we should Google this, how big soybeans are in America versus $150 billion ByteDance.
Yes.
And look, I'm sure it's monumental, but it's the data that they have. Like, I'm sure soybeans, the trickle effect, I'm sure it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't want someone in our comments like, do you realize the economy of soybeans?
Fuck soybeans.
I'm just saying.
No one wants soy in their anything. We go out of the way to not get soy.
I get it. I'm just saying that
they have
data.
Packaging that says soy free. Does anyone actually want soy? Fuck you if you drink soy milk too.
All right, fuck you, man. I'm with you.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, in a world where data is the thing that matters, the most valuable thing is data.
Yeah.
They're just racking it up on
I don't think the problem is there's no way a politician understands this. The average American doesn't even understand it either.
So no one's going to fight for anything.
Yeah.
And I do think, the only thing I can gather is that the Facebooks, the Googles, all the people who do understand it are too busy worried about the business they could lose if they fucked with China. They're not going to stand up.
But they're not in China.
Don't you think Zuck can lobby to get TikTok banned?
There's no reason to allow TikTok to happen if our American companies can't do business there.
But don't you think there's two like trains of thought? One is Zuckerberg's worried about how to make money off of China.
He can't though.
But in any way, with
I think
any
he
app
gave
ever.
up. I think he gave up.
Yeah. Just
Okay, if you gave up, then burn it down.
Yeah.
Because my point is, unless he still has hope of making money there, then he should be trying to get them completely out of the country.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe it's a long-term play in 10 years that they...
I mean, they won't. Because the only way because the reason why Facebook and Twitter won't go into China is because you have to go on their rules. So you have to give up all the data to the Chinese government, which is what which they won't do.
That's what Google did essentially.
Google.
I'm sure they gave up substantial,
had to.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, I think that's a conversation of ours that is going to age well.
Yeah.
And I still would like to put the stake in the ground and say that 10 years from now, we will look at TikTok as the Trojan horse.
Yeah. I mean, we are in a Cold War with China. I mean, that's just what we are. People, they have spies all over this country, in universities, collecting. They're winning. Everyone's worried about nuclear weapons and all this other stuff. They are stealing information. Information is the most powerful thing in today's day and age. It's a very different war than we were fighting in the 50s and the 60s and the 40s.
We're giving them spy software on American citizens.
And
yeah.
I mean,
TikTok knows exactly what location you are.
Yeah.
Where your phone's moving.
Yeah.
If they
your
want
camera, access to your camera.
Access to your camera.
And I'm sure they have access to so much shit.
Yeah.
Because they don't, the same, like, even if you did read the terms of service or whatever, that doesn't quite apply.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not following any Chinese terms and service saying
they probably know
Or
everything.
they can say whatever they want in terms of service because it doesn't apply to them.
Who's going to enforce it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Shit. All right. Shit.
I'm a savage.
Exactly. That is the downfall of America. You want to talk about your LVMH thing? That's this week.
Yeah.
The thing we talked about?
Yeah. We announced it, I think, at the beginning of this year for Kathy's to apply for the LVMH Innovation Award. And it's actually going to be streamed live on the LVMH website. We'll post the link. Pete, can you make sure we post it on social media and in the email newsletter? It's July 2nd at 5 p.m. Paris time. So if you live in LA, it's 9 hours ahead, depending on where you're in the country. But this is a pretty cool opportunity we offered to Kathy's. Hopefully some of you took advantage. If not, you guys are all idiots. This was a way to infiltrate LVMH, and they were offering an opportunity to pitch them ideas that complement or anything to do with their business. So it could have been software, it could have been a brand, it could have been anything. And so they're announcing the winner of this award on July 2nd at 5 p.m.
That's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
We brought you this opportunity. If you didn't take advantage,
you're an idiot.
Loser.
It seems
You're probably dancing to a Chinese app. That's probably what you were doing.
Sharing your location with G.
Yeah.
Good for you, idiot.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm doing it as we speak. He's literally listening to this episode.
Yeah.
Gosh, what was I gonna say about? When's your thing? When do you have dates on your thing yet?
Yeah. So we actually got our first round of applications this week for the incubator. We are reviewing the first batch, and then we have a final end date of this Friday to apply. So if you still want to apply, look up Next Step Incubator on my Instagram or Menlo Club. It's there. And we, depending on how many applications we get, it'll probably take us a few weeks to go through and pick our winner.
Got it.
Got any good ones so far?
Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty interesting, talented people that are out there. There's even been some people that are pretty far along saying, hey, I want to do this. I'm like, you're like kind of killing it already.
This one free office space.
Yeah.
Hey, office space is expensive right now. We're doing 10 mil a year.
Yeah, literally, I was like, how much are you doing in business? I'm like, no. This
You got this a little bit confused in what this is.
Yeah, you got to
This
be
is
careful.
giving the next generation a shot.
You're already there.
Okay. Okay, so news. Fauci, what's going on? Fauci's ringing the alarm bells like, hey, like we're fucking up big time. He's testifying to Congress. What's happening?
Yeah, I mean,
Is Fauci, am I stupid? Is Fauci completely like out of the White House?
he's not allowed to. He's been muzzled. They put a mask on him.
Got it.
How did that line go? The Fauci.
Mask on. Fuck
No.
it,
Smoke and something is asked. Whatever the guy was singing about, the hillbilly. How did he say about Fauci?
Yeah. Damn
Give
it.
Fauci the
Inject
Wuhan
him the
flu.
Wuhan flu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go listen to it. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he's testifying saying that cases could get to 100,000 a day pretty soon if we don't take proper precaution.
Nice.
So we're hearing in places like Arizona, Texas, and Florida, which we've been talking about, they've been slowing down, reopening. Bars are closing in a lot of places. Los Angeles County shut the beaches for July 4th weekend. The other interesting thing that we're also hearing is in some of these states, the weather is so hot that people aren't going outside and they're staying indoors, and that's causing a higher level of transmission.
Great.
So California is actually the right climate
Yeah.
because you get to still
You
go
can stay-
outside,
yeah.
stay outside.
Still go for a jog.
Yeah, and stay outside and do those things. So
Yeah.
I think all the politicians are now ringing crazy alarm bells. And, you know, with the exception of the governor of, I think it was South Dakota.
He doesn't
Where,
give a shit.
He said, I don't want to misquote him, but, you know, July 3rd, there will be a celebration for Donald Trump's arrival at Mount Rushmore. He repeatedly said, the governor of South Dakota, guys, grade A fucking idiot. It's a woman. Grade A idiot.
Wow.
We will not be social distancing.
That's a woman?
Yes. That's what's Christie?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't want to
It
judge.
sounds like
but
very Republican manly qualities.
we will have a large event at July 3rd. We told those folks that have concerns that they can stay at home. But those who want to come and join us, we'll be giving out free face masks if they choose to wear one. But we will not be social distancing. Why would you go out of the way to say such a stupid thing? God forbid one person gets it and dies. You
That
killed
will
him. You are a
happen.
No,
murderer.
someone will
That's going
die.
to happen. Yeah.
You're a
Someone will
murderer.
die.
That governor should be, if they have the death sentence in South Dakota, you should be charged.
They should probably killed 7 grandmas.
Yeah. Because
She
that's
should
what's going to
be-
go. Goes, oh, the governor said it's okay.
I just don't understand how these grown adults are so fucking like, whatever it is, like what's going on in her head. She thinks that she's getting back at the Democrats by saying that.
You're in South Dakota. No one gives a shit about you.
Nobody
And
gives
you
a
see all of this,
fuck.
you see all these Texas, whatever, governors or whoever did it, like flipping their whole stance. You have
Yes.
so many examples of people who are like, hey, we were wrong here.
Yeah.
We need help. What are you standing on? Like, what you go to bed at night? Like, I fucking showed them today.
Everyone at Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
You know what would be funny? Like if a Banksy went to Mount Rushmore today and like put a mask on George Washington.
That'd be hot.
That'd be great.
Don't you touch my president. You son of a bitch.
Yeah. I just don't get
Yeah,
it, man.
it's just the stupid politics of wearing a mask. Goldman Sachs came out today saying you could save 5% of the American GDP if everyone just wore masks.
That's 5% is insane.
I think we're $8 to $10 trillion.
so half $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Just by wearing a mask. This is math people. These aren't people that are
Yeah, they don't care about
politics.
No.
I'm saying you have viral specialists in Fauci and everyone else. Everyone else unanimously agrees. And you have people like Goldman Sachs. Everyone's saying, look, masks help. At a bare minimum, masks help.
Yeah, the problem is
sorry. $21 trillion is the U.S. GDP.
So $1 trillion.
Yes. We
Trillion
could save $1 trillion.
I think that's too much money for the average person to realize. $1 trillion?
It's $1 trillion.
So don't you think by that measure, if you gave everyone $1 to wear a mask, it's worth it?
Yes.
Because you still make $700 million.
Yeah.
I just don't understand this level of stupid.
No, sorry.
So,
you can
no.
give fucking way more
10
money.
masks. You give everyone $10.
Oh my God. Okay.
I found the quote. Does Fauci don't know his head from his ass? He must be smoking grass.
I wish there was a way to only, like, it's too bad that this virus doesn't only affect the people who don't wear masks.
Yeah.
Because then fuck it, who cares?
Yeah.
All the idiots can go get sick. But it's the poor little grandmas. They just want to go get some eggs and bread.
It's insane.
Okay. Okay, then what about this? We thought for sure quarantine would lead to baby boom. Lots of Rona babies.
Yep.
It seems like one thing that might be happening instead is birth control orders are going through the roof. So people are fucking,
Yes.
but they are conscious of their future. At least some of them are.
50% increase in new patient requests for birth control. 40% increase in emergency contraception requests.
Emergency.
Yeah, a lot of
God.
emergencies.
Is this elective? Is this can I?
But it just shows that, like, I think, and we're having conversations with a lot of different friends about having kids. There is a general sense of fear and the lack of stability in the country, the economy, that makes people think, should I be bringing a child into this world?
Well, I mean, just think about the numbers. There's close to 50 million people unemployed.
Yeah.
And these stimulus checks aren't going to last forever.
No.
And having a kid is expensive.
Yeah.
So if you have no clarity on your financial future,
Yeah.
I mean, the number makes sense.
I mean, it makes me happy that at least some people in the world are thinking about the future.
Yes. And not just
In the most
bucking.
basic form. Like baby, probably not right now.
Yeah.
Like where most people, you hear about not wearing masks and like no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
It's good to know because I thought you would just pile all of this like economic trouble on a shit ton of babies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, if you're not going to wear a mask for your face,
You know
wear
you're
a
not
mask
wearing
for
a condom.
That is true. That is true. That's why they go on birth control. Condoms, no question. Condom
So if you're
sales
buying
are-
birth control, you have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. And I want to add to that if you don't wear a mask and you wear a seatbelt, you're a bitch, like we said before. And I would like to also add, if you wear condoms and you don't wear a mask, also bitch. If you're not safe, don't be safe.
Yeah.
I don't want anything seatbelted, masked up.
Yeah.
Nothing.
If you're on the second floor of a building, don't take the elevator, jump out.
Jump out. It's faster. It's way faster.
You're not going to die.
No.
I'm going to get a broken leg.
Yeah, whatever.
Elevators were
Doctors are
democratic,
full of shit anyways, right?
democratic hoax elevators, Republicans jump.
Yeah, because the Democrats put elevators.
If you're a real American, you don't wear your mask. You jump out the second floor of the building.
Because you know what elevators do? They slow you down to get to the top. That's what Democrats are doing to you. They slow you down to take you to the top.
Yep.
You know the fastest way to do it? Climb it and then jump off.
My body, my choice. Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay.
Back to China real quick. I forgot to talk about this when we were talking about China. Crazy news. You wouldn't believe it. New flu strain found in China that has pandemic potential.
Good.
So, who would have thought? Pandemic in 2020, but it looks like one might be brewing.
And it's from pig.
If we do this shit again, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm leaving.
Where are you going?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Going?
If
No,
this isn't working out here, I just gotta go somewhere new.
You're not
not
allowed
here.
to go anywhere.
This is
Where
the
you?
world.
You're not even. Yeah.
I don't know. An island.
Americans have never had less freedom this year than any other year since we got declared independent.
Literally.
Yeah. So what? Like this thing's bubbling up in pigs and they're like, it could jump? Or-
Yeah. They're
Why
saying
not?
it transmits to humans. It only transmits to humans. That's what they're saying.
now we're being upfront. Yeah. Now we're giving heads.
You think they're brewing it? You think they've got to be brewing this? I mean, I know we had skepticism over coronavirus, but you think they're just cooking every day? Like, what one can we release next?
Yeah, the bat, pig. What's after pig?
Here's the thing with China.
A rat?
They don't. They need the American economy to be strong because it's good for their country as well. So I think fear is also a good thing, where it's like they got to scare us enough, but not completely scare us that we stop spending money, and because they still manufacture America's products.
Can we bring those pigs to South Dakota for that celebration?
Oh my gosh. Free bacon. I heard that in China for a little bit, or maybe Hong Kong or something, they were like banning salmon because they thought salmon was carrying corona. I don't fucking know, man. I mean, like, we just never go out. We never have a Coachella again.
There's going to be a vaccine. That's what people know. There will be a vaccine. Or forget, because Fauci said there may never be a vaccine. That's one of the things he has to keep. Because there are obviously things we don't have vaccines for. But there will be proper treatment where, Coachella happens. Okay, 30,000 people got corona over the weekend, but we can treat everybody.
Yeah, there should be treatment, and mortality rate, I mean, forget cases. We know those are skyrocketing. The mortality rate is actually fairly low compared to what we saw in March.
Yeah.
So treatment's gotten better. They were guessing in March, and we're only 4 months removed from
I
there.
actually think the ventilators was really the problem.
And nursing homes and ventilators.
Yeah.
The ventilator sounds like we're just killing people.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
They canceled all Broadway for 2020, which is the longest in U.S. history, I think.
Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I know.
We can't go to New York, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Cancel the whole street.
I mean, it's just wild. Like, I don't know, whatever. So next year, we're thinking next spring. Like,
do
you think next spring will be like
New York?
Next fall.
New York said California visitors now have to quarantine before entering
10 more.
And Florida too.
16 states, yeah. I mean, that's what all states are going to do soon.
But
right?
it's like self-quarantine. It's honor code. No one's quarantining.
At the Dream downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's Palm Springs for me.
Yeah.
I'll probably go 8 times this year.
So it's Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Idaho, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, Nevada, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Utah. The Little Mormons.
Wow. I think Florida is the biggest problem because a lot of Florida, New York people.
Remember how cocky Florida was? The governor talking so much shit a month ago.
Are we surprised, really?
You losers, man.
The arrogance.
Pete, shut up. You would have went to Florida if you had the opportunity.
No.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe right away. Not now.
You're literally like the Florida of this room.
Yeah.
If there's a party this weekend.
It's really unfortunate because I was about to call them like the biggest idiots in the world.
That's why I'm saying you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Do you have 4th of July plans?
No.
Are you lying?
No.
You're not going to be on a
home?
boat?
Not yet. I don't have anything yet.
No boat invites.
Working on some things.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me.
Are venues open? Like bungalows open? All that stuff?
No, bars are closed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that counts as a bar.
It's a restaurant, but like, what are you going to, it's nothing to do. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. China also. I don't get it. Maybe this is tied into this pig virus. China is demanding that Muslims eat pork dumplings during their Han festival.
China does not like Muslim people at all.
They're like really. Don't they have like?
They have concentration camps.
Yes. Okay. And so, I mean, I would probably argue China's very racist country.
So if they have concentration camps.
Yeah, obviously. but not just against Muslim people. I think anyone that's not them, and they're cool white people. There's a lot of reports of these camps that are being held all throughout China, and there's information leaking of how Muslim people have been forced to eat pork because if you're a practicing Muslim, you don't eat pork, and so they've even said they've been forced them to drink during Ramadan, things like that.
Who enforces this?
Well, if it's a concentration camp, you
at
have like
the
a
camp.
guard.
At the camp.
Yeah. I mean, there's millions of people in this camp.
Yeah.
It's not like 50 people, 100 people. So they've effectively jailed a few million people in a portion of China that are all Muslim, forcing them to eat pork, giving them birth control so they don't want them to procreate.
Yep.
Making them drink. It's by far the most horrific human rights violation going on in the world right now.
So when you log on to TikTok today, just remember that. That's what you're supporting.
Concentration camps.
Yes.
And Donald Trump encouraged President Xi to keep building.
He said he liked what they were doing.
Yes.
I mean, that if Trump could Khashoggi people and could have a concentration camp, he would have it tomorrow.
Yeah.
How many million?
In there?
Yeah.
How many blacks are there in the country? I feel like he would be like this. We are going to make America great again.
It's probably like 30-40% of the country, right?
Yeah. I mean, I honestly think if he had it his way, he'd have 30% locked in.
Yeah.
Any Muslim, he'd probably try to lock up blacks.
Go through your voting record.
Mexicans for sure. Murderers and rapists.
If you voted for Obama.
Yeah. Sheesh. Okay. Well, thank God he can't get away with that. Let's do some ads. Peter, take it away.
All right.
Clear that throat and get your ad voice ready.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the ad portion of this podcast. I'm going to make this a really quick one today because I have a lot of stuff to get to. So today I bring you TrueCreditRepairService.com. Guys, if you have a 4, 5, or a 6 in front of your credit score, let True Credit Repair Service dispute your past claims to big credit bureaus and fix your credit score today. This is the biggest issue with people in any buying power that you want to have, whether it's for a car or for a credit card or for a house someday. If you want to make those purchases, you better get your shit straight now. I went to go buy a car and found out my credit was a little less than I wanted it to be. Luckily for me, Ballin came in, hooked me up with these guys, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at a 7 in front of my first number. So no 4, 5s, or 6s for me, and neither should you have those in yours. Guys, head over to TrueCreditRepairService.com/group chat for a special price of $1,000. That's $1,500 off the original price. That's right. You heard me right. They normally charge $2,500, but they're going to give it to us for $1,000. Shh, don't tell anybody else. Nobody else is getting this deal besides everybody who listens to group chat. So take care of your credit so you can have the buying power. All right, I have to get going. I have such a busy schedule. I literally have like a billion things to do. If I sit here any longer, I'm not going to get any of those things done. All right, see you guys. Back to the episode.
And we're back. Really great stuff. I heard we got some people. We got some good transactions on the credit.
Yeah, a lot of people looking to improve their credit.
A lot of people looking to improve their credit and buy really fine steak.
We know our audience.
We know our audience.
Poor meat eaters.
A bunch of poor credit meat eaters that also need bed sheets, it looks like.
Things are looking up. We've got a lot of good things down. The meat is great. Our credit is up, and I'm sleeping better than ever.
Yeah, and then the CBD to help you go to sleep.
I'm cool, calm,
Yeah,
and
because you're
collected.
sleeping on a fucking bare mattress. You don't have sheets. Sheesh. Okay. Kanye West is back.
Yeah.
So he hit us first with Yeezy Gap.
Yep.
Now he hit us with a record. I didn't listen to it yet.
I listen to it. I mean, it's like avant-garde. It'll probably be heralded as like creative genius 5 years from now.
Yep.
And it's
Is it chorusy like church music or no?
no, it's rap.
And does he address the problems of the country?
Yeah, I mean, the video visually is incredible. It's called "Wash Us with Blood," I believe. It's with Travis Scott.
Wash us in the blood. I think.
Wash Us in the Blood. And you know, I went when it came out, and I checked on YouTube, and I was just reading the comments. Obviously, his fans love it. Visually, it's a really cool video. The music's okay. Like, I'm not in love with it. I think I have to hear it on a loudspeaker to really appreciate it or not. But it's you know how like a guy like Kanye, just like they're silent for so long, and you just assume everyone forgot about them.
Yep.
And then they have the ability to capture everyone's attention for like imagine Drake tomorrow or whomever. Like, I heard Adele's working on new music. If Adele comes out with new music tomorrow, it should be the biggest thing in the world.
Yep.
And I think it just goes back to like people that are great at what they do. They just can command the attention whenever they need to.
I'm also shocked there's just been an absence of hit records in the last 4 months.
Well,
Rockstar.
The hit records, yeah. It's like Savage,
Yeah.
Meg Thee Stallion. The Beyonce remix was really big. The Baby Rockstar. There are. I also just think that it's all very...
You're also not going anywhere where you hear a lot of people listening to music.
Yeah,
That
so you don't even
everyone's
know if it's a hit record.
And I just
Not in
think
the
you're
club.
aging out of like the...
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we were at Bootsy, you'd be like, yo, fucking Meg Thee Stallion, that shit's cool.
Yeah.
But like without that to like make you feel like it's really
You need
sick.
a validation, yeah.
And you have no Kendrick, Drake. There's rumors that Drake's album's coming really soon.
Wow, that's great.
I just miss like, I don't know, man. I don't want to be a complainer here, but like I really feel like it's so wide open for the Kendricks and like even Jay-Z could put out a fucking song. Like
There's been rumors for Kendrick for a while now,
oh man.
putting out music.
I just feel like you're missing a huge opportunity.
Yeah, this is the time.
Instead, we're fucking savages,
Yeah.
classy, bougie, ratchet, while like the world is burning down.
Yeah. Or the baby.
And like instead, you look at your streaming numbers. I mean, Kendrick's numbers are like way up.
Way up.
Even Childish Gambino, This is America, like way through the roof.
Yeah, people
are
want that kind of
hungry.
music.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, big payday potentially. Big business transaction. Mm-hmm. Dr. Dre is getting a divorce.
Yep.
They've been together, him and his wife, Nicole, have been together for 24 years.
She filed for divorce.
She filed for divorce. As we know, Dr. Dre is worth $800 million, close to $1 billion. Mm-hmm. I think the first question on Instagram was, did he have a prenup?
Yep.
It seems like the rumors are he did not.
Yep.
Might be a big paycheck.
24 years of marriage. I mean, like when you've gone that long, just keep it going.
Just keep it going. Just figure out a new arrangement. Figure out a settlement.
24 years just seems like a lot to give up.
And you're a billionaire? Like, buy a mansion. I don't know what these people do, but there's got to be a better
Like,
way.
I'm sure, like, they just got whatever, maybe something happened, or they just got sick of each other during quarantine. Like, I can't. A lot of these people aren't used to being around each other all the time, right? Because they're traveling or they're working.
Most high-powered business people are on the road 200 days of the year.
Yeah. So now I think this put a lot of pressure on relationships where, like, oh my God, I gotta see this motherfucker.
I don't
every day.
even like my wife. I didn't realize for the last 10 years. Yeah.
And I'd
right.
imagine he's worth a lot more because I bet you they're just backing into that
Yeah.
$800 million number based on the Beats transaction, which was probably, 7 years ago, 8
Yeah.
years ago?
Yeah.
So even if you just held the Apple stock, he's probably worth $3 billion.
Yeah.
I'm really curious, like in this situation, I was more curious, not that they're getting a divorce, but like why they're getting a divorce after 24 years. You know, they've grown kids, so they don't even have to, it's not like they have to sit and raise them.
Maybe they
anymore.
just hate each other. I don't know.
Somebody could have found a new bae. That's a
You're
good
not in
reason.
Oh,
quarantine.
no, but think about you're
Where are you
quarant-
going?
I think
hold
anything's
on.
possible
You're in
during
quarantine.
Maybe how about this? Yeah, go.
All the devices are now in one home.
True.
Yeah, you're like,
All
whoa.
of a sudden the Wi-Fi, you
They're all
get logged
syncing.
in.
They're all singing, no.
Yeah, you get the iCloud gets
Connected
real.
home is not as interesting to billionaires.
I also think maybe what if you had someone you were seeing and quarantine has forced you
To make a choice.
to not see them.
Yeah.
And you're like, I would rather be quarantined with that person.
That's interesting.
I feel like billionaires have had it rough in quarantine, as weird as that sounds. because their life has been completely upended.
Yeah.
They travel, they party, they vacation.
Yeah.
They're not home. They're away from their families.
Yeah. They thrive in that environment.
Yes, thrive.
It's not like the family of four in the suburbs. They see each other every day.
Yeah, this is our life. We're like, this is it. Where are we
It's
going?
just little Timmy doesn't get to play soccer. That's the only difference.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, really interesting. Well, good for them. Hope they're both happy.
I really want to know what happened. This one just interesting timing because coming out of quarantine. Was it just so much where like she was like, you know, you're not a fucking doctor.
No, but, I mean, there's no.
I'm sitting here coughing and lying.
You son of a bitch. You lied to me.
You're not a real doctor.
You lied.
Oh my God.
But speaking of arrangements, there's no secret that there's numerous billionaires have descended on Miami in mansions and yachts.
Yeah.
And they're partying, and there's girls, and presumably a lot of these billionaires are married with kids. What's the lie you're telling your wife why
True.
you have to travel? There's no
True.
business going on.
Business meeting doesn't work.
No, just be like, hey, you know, that other girlfriend I have to go spend time with her. I haven't seen her in 4 months.
At that point, you might be like, look, I'll get you that house you wanted. I need to go to Miami.
Here's a guy, get on Raya.
Yeah.
Here's 5 guys that you might want.
Here you go.
I've hung out with them. They're great guys.
They're great guys, really doing well. Yeah, it's just a different world.
Billionaires
I'm
are really struggling.
I'm dying to know what how it goes down.
The inner
like,
workings.
How do you get there are people partying all over the world right now. I see pictures in San Tropez and I see pictures in Miami. I see videos. Like their families are not with them. So how do you get away from your wife? What are they saying?
I
What
just
if they
think they
say,
have a
like-
different agreement.
I mean,
You know, long line at the grocery store.
3 weeks.
I was in San Tropez for a month.
Like the suburban guys like trying to sneak a drink at a bar for 15 minutes.
but I'm sure you
This
can
guy
get
went to
away with the
Miami.
lie, like, hey, you know, all the
Emergency board
LPs
meeting.
we're all meeting privately in an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
In a yacht.
Socially distanced, outdoor, sunny.
Yes.
Water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you heard UV light kills the virus, right? Well, I learned that the most UV light is actually in the south of France. this
Or
time
they're
of
choosing Dee's route. I gotta go see my girlfriend.
Like it's been 4 months. It's not fair to her.
Yeah,
I
it's
need to go
all
see
different.
her.
I bet you it's all different. It's all different ranges. Of, yeah. Okay.
What are your thoughts on prenups, real quick?
I don't have one.
What I know, but I would assume.
How do you
but,
know I don't have one?
I assume. I don't say I know. I don't know that.
I mean, look,
but I mean, like,
if you're extremely wealthy and you're a publicly traded CEO and it could potentially affect the solvency of a company, I understand that. So maybe you put aside money and say, yes, if we get divorced, this you're entitled to this. But like, you know, most of us are living pretty simple lives, and if we do something stupid and get caught and get divorced, then it's kind of on you. You got to pay the piper. Yeah. That's my honest view about it. Because if you're going into it like that, people have very different views. Like I have friends who are very strict and say, we do have prenups, or they come from very wealthy families and are trying to protect family wealth. That's very different.
Yeah, some people are forced into it.
Yeah.
By business partners, by...
But isn't it also a very weird process where like you have to sit down with attorneys?
Yes.
And like
separate attorneys.
each represented. And
It's a gnarly thing. That
right before you get married, you're like on cloud 9, and then
you're just like,
sit
okay,
down.
these are the attorneys. And
Yeah.
The people that I know that have gone through the prenup process says it was literally the worst part of their relationship.
obviously, I mean, unless getting caught
horrible.
cheating.
because
you know,
you're
you
banking on you splitting.
Yeah, other than the day the check went out.
Because it gets really like granular. Like
Yeah.
what markers you want on...
Like oral sex. What is the
You can make
percentage?
whatever you want.
Yeah. And then you have to have the conversation. And then
Yeah.
it's like, so are you planning on, why are you carving out hand jobs?
It's a carve out.
That's a carve out.
Okay.
There's 6 hand jobs allowed.
Yeah.
But, after
Happy
6,
endings are approved.
I mean, if I could see like 10 prenups of billionaires, the shit we'd probably read.
Wow.
That would be cool.
I mean, I would die to see 10 prenups and 10 arrangements during quarantine
Yeah.
for billionaires.
Yeah. That's a Netflix series.
Yeah.
The arrangement.
Called The 10. Every episode, 10 episodes. Okay. What about, speaking of billionaires, Kim Kardashian's sort of finessed her way into being worth $1 billion, I guess. She sold, or close to it. She sold 20% stake in her cosmetics line at a value of $1 billion, which sounds like she owns majority of.
Yeah, I mean, I think the deal was Coty, who's a huge fragrance company, cosmetics fragrance company, did a $200 million investment. So I'm assuming that's all secondary. That's just going into Kim's pocket.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the company is profitable. I mean,
This family just keeps stacking so much money.
I mean, Kanye
It's
did.
wild.
Think about Kanye and Kim this week. Kanye announced a deal with Gap that's going to essentially make him a billionaire.
Yep.
Kim, company's now worth $1 billion. I mean, you're talking about
and she put $200 million in her bank account.
bank account on top of the hundreds of millions she's already like.
I want to know what
scale-
goes on in that house.
What arrangements?
I'm sure there's plenty of arrangements, but I'm saying like Monday morning, let's just say on a random Tuesday, you're walking around your house and you're like, yeah, I think I'm going to announce my $200 million purchase on probably Wednesday. Is that good for you? Well, I'm going to do my Yeezy.
I'm gonna do my Gap thing.
That's on Thursday, babe. Can you wait till Friday?
Yeah, because she's like, well, mine's more money.
Yeah. Well, I win here.
Yeah. Mine's going later because mine's more money than yours.
Yeah. It's just wild.
I mean,
And Kris Jenner's taking her 20%. What do you think?
For sure, right?
sure.
Or she owns 50-50.
She probably owns half the company.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, it's just like money counting machine.
Kylie announced her Kendall collection on like Friday. I'm sure that sold like fucking hotcakes. Travis just bought like a $40 million house.
$25 million house in Brentwood, I saw. That's insane.
He moved to Brentwood?
Yeah.
$25 million house.
He was living in like a $3 to $4 million house down the street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not anymore. This thing is sick.
Yeah, this thing's a palace.
So you want to be near Team LeBron, huh?
I guess.
I just wanted the space. You're not getting this kind of space on this side of town.
Right.
It's a really sick, like modern house too.
What I don't understand is, put aside Kanye, who are these Kim Kardashian? I get Kylie fans.
Mm-hmm.
Kylie's the younger woman that like her age group kind of, like
Yeah.
14 to 20.
Yeah.
I think that's Kylie's fans. Would you say
agree.
that?
Yeah, maybe a little older, 14, 23 maybe.
Okay. And then Kim's fans,
Yeah.
Kim's my age. She's about to be 40.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the name is just so valuable.
so, but what age group is buying Kim Kardashian product?
I think it's more like the less in the know. I think the Kylie fans are a little bit more like on the tip of the action.
Yeah.
Whereas Kim is like more of the ancillary. Don't you think? I just think the name Kim Kardashian, she probably sells so much shit.
But I'm trying to say, who does she resonate with? Like, what type of woman?
But then she has like the Skims line, and I hear about even young girls talking about having the Skims line. So it's like,
Yeah, Skims is hot. I
Skims is
can't
the
guess.
undergarment,
right.
right?
I can't
It's like
guess.
her Spanx.
But I think, but I still think she resonates with still that under 30 crowd.
Yeah, so I agree. I'm just trying to understand like the demo of who is like, oh my God, that's Kim Kardashian. I have to own it, right? Like, she clearly sells a lot of product. I'm just trying to understand who that woman is.
Yeah. I don't fully know because it's not anywhere near my like realm of understanding, but I do think the name is still just so big that she still must sell so much shit.
It's probably the rest of the country.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's just so like watered down here.
Yeah.
Because you guys like
Travis
don't give a
Scott
fuck
is a
about it.
great real estate agent. This house was listed for $42 million last year. Then was asked for 30, and he got it for 23.5.
Well, that was all part of the hustle. Just let's go list this overpriced house. I only
40
want
double?
20. Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, it's a sick house. I mean, they're just, it's wild.
They are making
What's
money.
that family like in 20 years?
20 times richer.
Trillionaires.
Like, are they worth $20 billion? And like, it's like the North and Saint show on
I mean,
fucking
North
YouTube?
is set up to be the next queen.
Should be the next brownie.
Yeah. She's the Bronny to that camp.
Yes.
Yeah, they're already starting little lip injections.
I mean, the Keeping Up with the Kardashians is never going to die because they have a whole new crew coming in.
Yeah.
Because they
and
all
it's
have
like
babies at
everyone's
the
gonna
same
wanna
time.
Do you
see
think any of-
Kanye and Kim's kid or
Yeah.
Travis Scott and Kylie's like,
Kid.
Do you think any of them just prevent their kids from being part of the fuckery?
No.
I don't think so.
Absolutely no.
I don't think you have
what's
an
his name?
option.
What's the brother's name?
Rob Kardashian?
Yeah.
He just resurfaced recently.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. On social
I
media.
think they're all really upset that but also Rob doesn't really fit the brand.
No.
You know?
He's not a hot girl.
No.
Or a rock star.
No room for a
No.
slightly chubby dude here.
just a regular ass dude.
Yeah,
But
no
didn't he
soccer.
spiral into that? He was
Yeah,
part of
he
the...
was a good looking, like, built dude.
He was always out. Yeah,
that family is not good on men. Like something, it does something.
Yeah.
It does something to them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of very powerful women.
Lamar, Caitlyn,
Chris Humphries.
Robert, Chris Humphries.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you don't have, can't sell makeup or Spanx, you can get the fuck out.
Yeah. Chris is not having it.
No. Okay. What's up with the stock market? This Wharton professor is saying that it has the ability to hit 30,000 by 2021 if we can just keep the coronavirus fears and all the madness at bay.
Why not? No one cares about Corona when it irrelevant to the stock market.
No, what's it at now?
Like 26,000.
Yeah.
To get to 30,000, it can get to 30,000 by July
skip, and a
10th.
jump. Yeah.
Easily.
30,000 is nothing.
I agree.
I'd say Dow 40,000.
You could tell me the Dow's me at 30,000 or 18,000, and I wouldn't be able to guess.
I mean, the top article here on my little market watch is Dow books best quarter since 1987.
Amidst the global shutdown.
Yeah.
And
Well, we just got banned from Europe.
Yeah, banned from
We're
Europe.
banned
You
from
can't
New
go to New York.
Can't go to our own fucking state.
Can't go to our bar. You can't go to the beach and just stop
Record
at the
numbers.
best quarter.
Gosh. Okay.
It just, nothing makes sense in relation to the stock market. The one caveat this professor at Wharton said that the Senate has to be controlled by the Republicans because he knows that they'll continue to allow the fuckery.
Yeah. Because they can keep lying.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. Okay. We'll see. Some little acquisition news. Lululemon is planning to buy or is buying Mirror.
Yeah.
The at-home, you buy the mirror. The mirror teaches you how to do workouts. Part of this whole home workout sort of Peloton craze. What do you think? Interesting buyer.
I mean, I like Lululemon getting into the space. It's a hefty price tag, $500 million for a business that supposedly is doing $100 million this year. I just think they had one huge month.
Yeah, 100 million run rate is what they're saying.
Yeah,
I mean, right now.
So you had
I was
one
joking-
month that did 9 million.
Yeah, I was joking when
quarantine,
the
when everyone
biggest
had to
day we
cancel.
had with Mask. I'm like, we're run rating $100 million.
Yeah.
And you
Why
just
not?
sell the company the next day.
Yeah, that's what they did. Literally, everyone canceled their gym membership. Some of them bought a fucking mirror.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right.
Yeah,
100 million.
and that's really what happened. They caught fire at the right time, and instead of trying to prove out that they can build it and keep the momentum, they sold the business for $500 million to Lululemon. Incredible story. The woman who started it only a few years ago.
2016.
Yeah, and already to get an exit, it's I think that in itself is a huge feat. I think at home gym concept, I always thought the products were fine. I think we're just getting way ahead of ourselves on like this world where everyone's just going to sit at home and work out. We've had fitness equipment for decades.
Yeah.
We're fatter than ever. We're more obese than ever.
Yeah.
It's like,
I also think the number one thing that people can't wait to do with quarantine is get out and work out.
yes.
Like there's something to that.
There's a social element that I think the product and the experience can improve working out at home. So I do understand why a Peloton or why a mirror does make sense. I just don't see a world where 50% of Americans are giving up their gym membership to work out at home.
Yeah.
Like no fucking way.
Well,
I
if
just
this
don't see
pig
that happen.
virus catches on,
If the pig virus comes on, that's a whole nother
it's a
problem.
great purchase.
We also may all lose a lot of weight because you can't eat any pork products anymore.
True. I'll just say Rona's been great for some people.
Yeah.
And the creator of Mirror is one of them.
Yeah,
Because this is one of those, this might go down as one of those things that was like
Perfect
a very
timing.
small window.
Yeah.
Never would have been there again.
To me, it's very similar to like the acquisition of a lot of the companies, like your Bonobos or your
Dollar Shave.
Dollar Shave Club. It was just right timing.
Yeah.
They weren't actually really good businesses at all.
Yeah.
But the reality is that doesn't matter. It's the perfect storm.
Yeah.
And this at-home fitness thing, I think I get it. There's going to be an industry of like innovative at-home fitness technology products. I mean, the valuations of these companies, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
It's not, but if you think about it from Lulu's perspective, if you can sell into these mirror customers, and you have the content and everyone's wearing Lululemon, it probably pays off.
Yeah.
Like, just forget mirror as a standalone business. I think there's enough application that and synergies Lululemon can bring to mirror. Whether mirror is the greatest product of all time, it doesn't really matter. It's just something they needed and they didn't want to build in-house.
Yeah.
Lululemon was an investor in the business, so they saw the numbers. So I don't think they came in blind.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, it's similar to like Beats. When Beats sold for $3.5 billion, it was the sticker value was shocking.
Yeah.
But if Apple, they just monopolized the store with Beats headphones, they probably made it up in like 2 years.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, is there another? It seems interesting to me. Athletic apparel company buying the actual equipment, like merging those. There's not really a model for that, right?
Well, no, I mean, I think one of the things that Nike's investing a lot in is wearables, which I think what the problem is with a lot of these older, bigger companies, they're so caught up in like, we're an apparel company. We don't have permission to sell equipment. No one gives a shit anymore. You could do whatever you want. If Lululemon came out with a bike tomorrow and a mirror and a this and a that, they're diehard customers. Yeah. Like if Nike had a treadmill, that shit would be hot.
Yeah.
Like people would buy a Nike treadmill. Yeah. They overthink it because they're old school in the thought process of like, oh, can I do this? Kanye and Kim, they like the Kardashians, they do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. And they're like, I could sell this, I could sell that. Of course I can.
And they'll make it up just with most people didn't know what mirror was.
Yeah.
Like a very small percentage of the population knew what mirror was.
It's a $2,000 mirror.
1,500.
Right? Come on, let's not be crazy.
But the point is now it's the natural conversation is what the hell is mirror?
Yeah.
I mean, Lulu customers that never even heard of this are like, oh, that sounds cool. $1,500, 0% interest financing, paid over a couple of years.
Yeah,
that's all Peloton is.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck. Here's an interesting one. Uber has made an offer to buy Postmates.
Uber is thirsty. Uber's thirsty to make a deal.
They should call Postmates.
They got shunned by Grubhub.
The Grubhub deal fell apart. They did that Lime deal where they made...
That was like the dumbest deal of all time.
And so now they're... Look, I think the one thing, if you're a CEO of a publicly traded company, the one thing I do like, Lululemon, these stocks are so overinflated. Debt is free. We know you can get unlimited amounts of debt. You might as well go do deals. Your stock is probably, all of them are overpriced. So they're like, fuck it, if I have to do a cash deal, a stock deal, or whatever deal, I can get money to go gobble up market share. And Postmates, I mean, is the kind of natural fit for the delivery thing that Uber wants to do. The problem is, my thought is, if I'm Postmates, the number that's rumored is 2.6 billion, I think. If I'm Postmates, you might as well go public. You might be worth 10 billion as a publicly traded company.
It sounds like it's still on the table.
Yeah, because like everything is hot. That One Life Medical, the doctor thing, that stock is up like 300%.
I mean, really? Look at Nikola. They don't sell anything.
Is it still up?
I think it's still like a $20 billion company.
Yeah.
They don't sell anything.
Oh my gosh, I thought that would last like a week and then we'd be like, okay.
At least Postmates, you get food.
I use Postmates all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, it'd be interesting if it was under the Uber. The question, did Rona kill the scooter industry?
I mean, I know that they put the scooters back on. So you live in Hollywood, I live in Hollywood.
Yeah.
They were actively put out there like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of them anymore.
No, and I haven't seen anyone riding them.
I haven't seen anyone riding them.
I think they're done.
I've seen like one, because I walk here.
Yeah.
I've seen like 1 to 3 limes in the past 3 weeks.
But can they survive this? I mean, we're about to crank down. There's about to be Corona's fear for at least another 3 or 4 months, like real fear. Like can't go to a bar fear.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 months, whatever it is. Who's riding those fucking things? Can they survive?
Are people riding them on the west side?
Santa Monica.
Yeah?
Big. I was down in Santa Monica the other day and they were just weaving everywhere.
You were riding one?
Down in Venice. No, I wasn't.
Be honest.
No, swear to God. No, I haven't rode
Just
one.
riding out of the
You got to hear this Nikola scam. Nikola is taking deposits for a pickup truck that doesn't exist yet.
Pickup or semi?
Pickup. They're selling a consumer pickup truck.
Got it.
Look at this. Deposits start at $250 for its Instinct package, which includes $500 off the Badger's the name of the car, purchase price, a single ticket to the annual Nicola World event, and a single entry to win the pickup, according to the company's website.
Sounds like Billy McFarland.
Nicola's $1,000 Predator package offers $2,000 off the purchase price, 2 tickets to the event, and 5 entries to win the pickup. The $5,000 Honey package offers $10,000 off the purchase price, 2 VIP packages passes to the Badger up close at Nicola World, and 25 entries to win the pickup. This is a con.
No,
this is literally a con.
No, it's
Fire
Fire
Fest.
Fest.
Yes.
I was just thinking that same exact thing.
This is Nicola. This is
What was his first business, like VIP club or whatever?
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah. This is $25 billion company.
I hope someone goes to jail.
Nicola.
I think
Who the
Nicola's
fuck is
already
Nicola?
checked out. Do you know who Nicola is? Pete?
No.
Hopefully someone goes to jail.
Should I?
This is a joke.
Yeah,
This is a
Nikola
complete
Tesla.
scam.
I mean, any company that this is Herbalife.
Yeah. Well, Herbalife's
Big business.
fine. Doing well. Okay, and then the charitable heart of Jeffrey Bezos has decided to pay $500 million in one-time bonuses to his frontline workers.
Yeah.
Not mad at it.
So bonuses, if you worked during the pandemic, you're going to get from $150 to $3,000 of a bonus and $500 million the total amount. I like that. That's dope.
Yeah.
You probably had a record quarter. Dole it out.
Record quarter, a lot of backlash, a lot of Rona.
Yeah.
Dole it out.
Yeah. Amazona.
Okay. All right. You ready to talk about what we've seen on social media?
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up. This is As Seen on Social, where we talk about one thing,
Dun,
maybe
dun.
2, that we've seen on social media in the last week that you need to know about.
I'm going to go back to our athletic apparel brands. Under Armour terminated their deal with UCLA. It was a $250 million deal. They said that UCLA was not holding up their end of the bargain. And
Does that mean they suck?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you got to be good at something. UCLA sports are horrendous. So they clearly, but you know, Under Armour came in and started doing these big collegiate deals to compete with Nike and Adidas. And I'm like, I don't understand how or why young people now wear Under Armour. Like, who's the athlete, the artist that makes, besides The Rock? Like, why are young people excited about? I know why older people wear it, just convenience. It's in front of you, they buy it, whatever. But I'm curious to see. So I think Under Armour has like an existential problem going forward of like why they should exist.
Yep.
Adidas also has some major issues. Adidas HR person just stepped down yesterday, and they've had some crazy racial upheaval internally at Adidas because of all of what's happened during this moment. There's crazy diversity problems, there's racial tension. I think it's really tough for a company like Adidas to deal with this because they're not an American company at the end of the day. They're a German company. They have a ton of American business. So, I mean, these two, Under Armour and Adidas, leave such a wide open gap for continued dominance by Nike and now Lululemon.
Yeah, agreed.
Like it.
Good one. Anand?
So this is we're on the heels of the 10-year anniversary of the decision, LeBron James. And there's been a lot of content on social media reliving that time. And I listened to a few podcasts on it, read a bunch of articles. It's a huge, long-form ESPN article talking about what actually transpired over that week. And the most staggering thing for me is just the power of LeBron James, the businesses.
Yep.
You had billionaires, power agents, everyone that revolved around media wanted a piece of this.
Yep.
And he's revolutionized the NBA way beyond just being an athlete, more than an athlete, like his whole mantra.
Yeah.
He just turned himself into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. And I said this last week, I just don't think we'll see this again.
Yeah.
Like one individual have this kind of impact from a commercial angle, from an actual athletic angle, just a combination of all of it. And then his team, they're the most powerful people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Maverick Carter, Rich Paul, like who's bigger than those guys?
No.
And that's going to go on way, I mean, I know LeBron will too, but that's going to go on way past LeBron's career. I mean, the infrastructure that they're going to build like through this time.
Yeah.
This guy's going to be running sports for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, there was in 2010, LeBron would have been 25 years old, right? 25, 26, something like that.
Yeah.
And there was a meeting Maverick Carter had with David Geffen trying to convince him to buy the Clippers. So he was going to convince one of the all-time greats in Hollywood to spend billions of dollars to just get in the LeBron James business.
And how old was he then, Mav?
Probably 3 years older, 28.
I mean,
Crazy.
that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't know. That's another one I would die to just see the inner workings.
Yeah.
Because how do you...
Yeah, they're just, that squad is like, and you know, someone made a comment because we did talk about how great LeBron was. And someone made a comment that think about how many athletes have given their inner circle a shot and they haven't delivered.
Sure.
LeBron's inner circle delivered.
Yeah.
I mean, think about athletes, rappers, and really like probably just general
Famous people.
business people.
Yeah.
Like think about how many people you've like hired your,
Yeah.
you know, hired
Yeah,
the
there's
cousin.
probably big fund managers where they have like their idiot brother-in-law working there.
It doesn't pan out often.
Never.
Yeah, they were talking about how like the decision was made courtside at a Lakers-Celtics finals game where Maverick Carter and Ari Emanuel were sitting and like, hey, we should do this. Like, that's crazy.
Like at 28 years old, you're talking to Ari Emanuel about negotiating LeBron's future.
Yeah.
Gosh. And that's what's crazy is where they come from. Like it's not, they don't have business school parents.
No.
They don't have,
Yeah.
it's wild. And still has not been caught with even one Instagram model.
That's the thing that
Flawless reputation.
That's the most impressive thing.
I mean, nobody has one bad thing to say about this guy.
Yeah.
That's just superhuman in this day and age.
And he was in Miami for a long time.
Long time. There's a lot of fun in Miami when you're in your mid-20s.
Oh my God.
Okay, mine is the man that we once thought uncancelable might indeed be cancelable. We've praised him a lot on this podcast. We've referred to him as untouchable and almost like a god amongst men in the fashion industry.
Wow.
That is Virgil Abloh.
Wow.
Big stuff going on this week. So you'll remember a couple weeks ago, I think actually Anthony gave him Donkey of the Day or something. Loser of the week.
Yeah.
Because of the $50 donation, which he never, I'm shocked, he never really properly like cleared up.
Yeah.
And the hilarious term two Virgils was going around. So the other night I was on Twitter and just, sometimes I'll go on Twitter and just look at trending topics. Virgil was on there. I'm like, oh, he must have done something amazing. He must have redeemed himself. Turns out Virgil designed the Pop Smoke album cover.
Who died?
And the album, I think, comes out probably this week or next.
Yeah.
Executive produced by 50 Cent.
Christian Dior.
And it's garbage.
Yeah.
And Twitter and the whole internet, everyone just ripped it to shreds.
Well, to be fair, the graphic is a picture of him and then like just a scribble of Pop Smoke. Like there's no like...
No.
There's no design.
No. The one that they're talking about is his face.
Yeah.
And then like barbed wire.
Yeah.
And then like weird diamond flower things. And then like, I don't know. And then they made a shirt that said "Stop the Violence."
Yeah.
But it's whatever. I'm still in my old way of thinking that no matter what Virgil touches, it's incredible. And people are going to be raving about how amazing it was. People were ripping it to shreds. Every blog posted it, everything. 50 Cent, who's in charge of the album, posted it. And then literally under it in the comments wrote, "What the fuck is wrong with this album cover?" And then wrote, "Okay, fuck Virgil." Blah, blah, blah. And then the guy who, I don't know, maybe runs his label or something, put out a statement saying they're changing it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't see it. It's not on Virgil's
He
Instagram.
deleted it.
Deleted.
Because they're not using it.
Look, I'm not a creative, but if you're known and famous for being a designer and your designs aren't well received, it's not good for your career.
He's lucky that there's the Jordan 4 of the Off-White collab coming out soon, the white pair. That's so hot that everyone's going to want no matter what.
Yeah.
That he just timing of that could, keep his momentum. But yeah, I mean, he's like, here's the thing. I think what happens is when the culture turns on you, no matter what you do, they're going to critique it. And you get the benefit of it too. Because there's a lot of stuff that maybe wasn't as good as we thought.
Yeah.
But because it was Virgil, everyone's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Anything he touched.
Yeah.
He could literally put parentheses, any word,
Yeah.
and people would buy it for $700.
IKEA.
Yeah, as long as he walked at the end of the fashion show parade.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's wild. And to see that the way that it works on the internet, where it becomes a roast battle,
Yeah.
and you just get torched.
Yeah.
And like to think a year ago that Virgil would design anyone's album cover and they would decide to pull it and do another one is insane.
Insane. And especially when 50 Cent.
And 50 Cent is relentless.
Relentless.
And that's the thing, like what you said with streetwear culture, the dog pile comes on fast.
They love to tear people down, man.
Yeah. That's why streetwear's a dangerous game to even be in.
Yeah. This ain't cancel culture, man. The moment you're not cool anymore.
Oh, you're done.
I don't know. Do you think he can recover? Forget the Jordan 4 Off-Whites. Everyone's going to be like, he's just piggybacking on Jordan. Fuck you, Virgil.
I think he needs a big project like the Nike thing again.
Yeah.
Like if you go like too high level, people are going to make fun of you now for only donating $50, and then you have this new like $5,000 Louis trunk.
Yeah.
I think he can, but I just think he has to be smart.
He hasn't done anything bad.
No, I know.
He just hasn't done enough.
Well, it's just the coolness factor.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he just disappears for a bit.
Yeah.
He
And already
disappeared a
did.
year ago, right?
Yeah.
And that was when he was on top of the mountain.
He poked his head back out
Yeah.
and just like, nope. I need another year. But yeah, I don't know. Because I feel like if I'm not mistaken, the Virgil Nikes are already kind of becoming the like, it's almost like the Yeezy. Like it's what you wear if you're not really in the know.
Yeah, you just know that that's expensive and you gotta have
And
it.
dude, art is so subjective.
Yeah.
The mystique of the coolness and who's behind it is as important as the art itself.
Yeah.
So if you only have 50% of it,
Yeah.
you need the other.
Yeah.
And Kanye's back, man. Kanye Gap hits hard enough.
If Kanye Gap is wearable.
Guess who doesn't want Virgil to keep succeeding?
Yeah.
Secretly.
Yeah.
Kanye.
All that crying.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm crying for you because I'm about to do a $20 billion gap deal.
I'm crying at your silly little runway show. Yeah. So anyway, who would have thought? But we live in an era of shock and couldn't have guessed it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's all we got. So hit us up on Instagram at Group Chat Pod. Leave us a review and rate the show if you really love us on iTunes. MelroseStreetJournal.com is where you can subscribe to our newsletter and keep up to date on all of our articles. And of course, if you just can't get enough of Corona Pete, we have Behind Closed Doors on Instagram TV as well as YouTube. I see some requests for that to be its own pod.
We're getting there.
Remember we really wanted you and Tim to do one. Because Tim also had, I heard Tim really shined.
Numbers didn't say. I thought he did really good. I find Tim very funny.
Yeah.
But the people who spoke.
What do people like the best on Behind Closed Doors? Us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
That's good.
I mean, that was the whole point of it. Was kind of
What was Aisha talking about?
we were just like talking to her, just bringing her on. She's
What is
very active in the community itself. So.
Got it. Awesome. Okay, great.
Great.
Okay, good stuff. Well, that's what we got.
Oh yeah, Modern Prescription, episode 2,
Good call.
Episode 2.
dropped today.
Modern Prescription. That's everywhere where Group Chat is.
Correct.
Great.
Especially if you can't breathe without a mask.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Ooh, we solved that?
Yeah, something like that.
Something close to that. Maybe a couple call outs, but it's very good information to hear, especially coming from the medical space.
Yeah, it's a really great.
And search Modern Prescription, don't search Modern RX. Had a couple confusions today that I cleared up for people.
Why don't we put the link in the description of this episode?
Okay.
There you go. Click the link.
Look at the guy over there, not me.
Timothy? All right.
All right, Tim.
There we go. Thank you, guys. We will see you on Friday because we all know you're not partying anyway.
You have nothing else
We'll bring
to
some
do.
fireworks or something. Have you guys... too late.
You wanna do
We'll
fireworks?
We'll address it on Friday, but here's a little teaser. Have you guys heard the conspiracy theory?
Yes.
That in every major city, and this is happening in Hollywood, I'm sure you probably hear it, there's fireworks every night.
Yeah.
I heard it the other night.
And
It was
it's in
just
every
one.
city, and everyone's talking about it. And the rumor is it's some sort of like prep for, like, it gets you used to the sound of, let's say, gunshots maybe, or things going on. But every night somehow, everyone has a shit ton of
So
fireworks.
who's behind it?
The
police.
government.
Yeah,
That's what it
absolutely.
is?
Because they're going to run in and start murking protesters, and they want you to think it's more fireworks.
Ironically, I have horrendous hearing, so I don't hear anything.
I was out the other night at like 9 p.m. all alone on my
course you
street,
were.
walking back to my apartment. What'd you say?
I was 9 p.m. at a bar.
No.
I was wasted walking down Sunset.
But literally, it was just like one pop, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the fuck did that
I think
come
it's
from?
just
man.
idiots just doing
No,
fireworks.
that's
do
of
some
course it's an
research.
excuse, but there's no way there's one idiot just lighting up one firework.
No.
I'm going
It's like
back
a
in.
lot, and they're like, there's like big ones.
Yeah.
like with the whole thing.
But like, why
every
just one?
night.
Why just one? Why
Maybe
just
it's
go
just
on
to make people happy.
If you go on
Fireworks make me
social
happy.
media, it's every city. It's
You don't make you happy? Fireworks make me happy.
Tim,
5 a.m.
Tim's upset.
Whoa, Tim.
Tim.
Relax, McVeigh.
yeah. We should do some research. And
You know,
address that on
the
Friday.
other interesting, LA County banned fireworks for July 4th.
So where are they coming from?
every night, and there's rumors that there's just mysteriously they're being dropped off in low income neighborhoods, like, sort of like the bricks were.
So why am I hearing it?
Oh, shit.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, on that note, we're out of here. See you Friday.